Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? And today, can this phone turn? Okay, there we go. Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Samuel, and today, okay, I don't know why I just did that for, but yeah. Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Samuel, and today, man, um, you see the title, you see the thumbnail. I'm not really gonna talk about it because I don't really care. So, yeah, got a couple of videos to react to today. Hopefully, this stream actually survives. I, the last time I tried to stream, it got taken down midway through the video. So, yeah, let's go. Oh,
Amy was just another journalist in New York City, waiting for her big break. I could never understand women. They were so confusing. Firstly, I had no idea what they wanted. And secondly, I didn't even know females existed until I was 18.
Huh? Okay, I reacted to I reacted to this like a couple times, like once before, but I don't think I reacted to it like fully. This I don't think I have. And bro, what the you capping? I know you capping, cuz you capping. Yeah, I'm just gonna be wearing the cap pad for the rest of the stream.
You probably don't believe me. You're probably wondering how that is even possible. Well, let me tell you, it is one crazy story. But first, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and turn on post notifications. If you do, your crush will text you within 2 days.
Well, I don't have one, so it doesn't matter.
Trust me. So, back to the story. I grew up in an all-boys school. The headmaster was this old man who was very strict and harsh.
Wait a second. You come out of a mother, which is a female. So technically you are capping. You do know that females exist. You came out of one. Like, bruh. You can't
never smiled. He never cared for us. He was always grumpy and always seemed to be yelling at somebody. He ran this school all by himself, and there were around 100 boys in total.
How you run a school with 100 people? That makes no sense.
No girls.
Obviously.
The headmaster told us the outside world was ravaged by monsters and demons.
Same old story as that one that I never got to actually react to fully. Oh.
And we had to stay inside the school if we wanted to survive. At the school, we were safe. You might think that's baloney, but we all believed him. We had been growing up there for as long as we could remember, and he was the only adult around. We knew nothing else. Now that I think about it, it was probably more of a cult than an all.
It is. It is.
Boys home. But back then, I didn't even know what a cult was. We lived simple lives. We grew our own crops. We tended our own livestock. We lived seemingly in the middle of nowhere, in this huge forest. The headmaster dressed us all in the exact same clothes, and he made us all have the exact same haircut. The headmaster had jet black hair, and for the boys who were unfortunate enough to have fair hair, they would be forced to dye their hair in tar. The headmaster had this obsession in making us all the same, and we pretty much were. We all looked the same, sounded the same, spoke the same. We even had the same name, Michael. Can you
That's just random.
imagine how hard that is when you go to a school with 100 people with the same name?
That makes no sense.
It can make daily life pretty difficult. Anyway, the headmaster forced us to do a bunch of weird activities. Well, I didn't think they were weird back then because that was all I knew. But now I realize just how freaky it was. For starters, every night at precisely 7 o'clock, he made us chant and dance around the campfire and toss a bunch of flowers in the fire.
Huh? Okay, now that's some cold stuff, bro. What? What is this? Like, bro, somebody gotta get them on some charges or something. Like, bro,
Think that's weird? Wait till you hear what else he made us do. We had to eat at the same time, drink at the same time, even bathe at the same time.
okay, now that's just straight up gay. Hopefully not in the same shower.
He wanted us all to be exactly like him. It was crazy. We also read from this book of stories. He called it the Book of Wisdom, and it told all about how man started the world, how man had found fire, how man was the greatest being on earth. It never mentioned anything about women. We had no internet, no books to read, no radio. We had no idea women even existed. Of course, back
Mate, y'all came out for woman's womb, and y'all had to have some sort of right? Because, bruh, you came out of a mother's womb. That's a female. Unless y'all got kidnapped at birth, then what is this stuff, bro?
back then, I thought the only human being was male. I had no idea there were females. The headmaster told us never to stray too far from our school, as he said that was where the monsters lived, and if we wandered too far off, they'd eat us. We believed him, of course, so we never left the school. That was until that one fateful night. I was with my best friend. We were 15 years old. We thought, for the first time, why not explore a little further in the woods? We went out wandering in the woods and we came across the electric fence surrounding our school. The headmaster said it was there to protect us. But over the top of it, I could see someone's head. They had blonde hair. A person. They seemed to be talking to someone or to themselves. But why was their voice so...
Guys, I know you think all those puzzle ads are fake. But today I finally found the game. Ebony.
So high-pitched, and why was their hair so long? I pointed them out to my best friend, and he looked over too. We had no idea what to do.
That's a female cop?
Who was this stranger? Why did they sound so strange? Before I could call out to that person, the headmaster appeared out of nowhere, face red with anger, and he dragged us all the way back to school. My friend and I were too scared to cry out, so we returned silently back with the headmaster. When we got back to school, he screamed and yelled at us, telling us off for straying too far. My friend and I never mentioned anything about the blonde-haired stranger with the high-pitched voice, and we never told anyone else about it either. I guess since the headmaster was so mad, we thought it was better to forget about it than bring it up again. Stranger still, the headmaster told off all the other 100 boys again.
Damn.
As if they had wandered off into the woods too, when in reality, they had done nothing of the sort. Back then, I thought it was normal, but now I realize just how crazy our headmaster was. Even though I was scared of the headmaster's outburst, I was still curious about the strange person with the blonde hair. So one day, I returned to the fence alone, and I spotted the really strange-looking human again. It was the blonde-haired human, and I had a clearer view of them this time. What I saw made my jaw drop. They looked sort of like me, except they had long hair, and their chest looked different than mine. I was so confused. They didn't look exactly like me, but they were definitely human. Then what were they? All of a sudden, the human...
The female species. Welcome. You have been outside. You have touched grass, and now you actually had an interaction with a woman. Great job.
Glanced up at me, and they shouted at me. They were wearing a strange uniform as well, and wore a golden badge on their shirt. Who was this
Great job.
person, and why
Great job. 12 has found you. The police has found you. Now you can run.
did they look so weird? That's when I realized it was a female, a woman. My mind suddenly lurched back to when I was 10 years old.
Hmm?
I remember I had found an old newspaper at the school, under the floorboards. On the cover of the newspaper, it had this story about this woman who had won some medal or something. I had been so confused.
Oh my goodness, that's just crazy.
I remember asking the headmaster what a woman
What the
was.
fuck is this?
I had never heard the word before. He had told me never to use the word again.
Damn.
As punishment, he had burnt the newspaper right in front of me and locked me in my room for 2 weeks.
Oh. Nah, that's crazy. For 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. Oh.
You heard me. 2 weeks. I soon forgot about the newspaper and the picture of the woman. But now, with this blonde human standing in front of me, I realized this must be what a female looked like. It was insane. I was 18 years old. I hadn't even realized females existed until I was 18. The woman,
Nah, that's crazy. But I know this story has to be like Cab. Like this has to be Cab. Like I'm not gonna lie. Especially for the man side. Because like there's literally a story of basically the opposite where it's like a woman doesn't know what a male is. We're gonna talk about that after this. But I know damn this would be like national headlines. Like national headlines. Like it would be like an actual like news headline. And obviously I ain't did no research on it, but I don't think that's actually happened. Especially for like the man side of it.
now I know she was a police officer, but back then I had no clue. Moved closer to me on the other side of the electric fence. Are you okay? She asked in concern.
Yeah.
I was too terrified to speak. I could feel my body seizing up with fear. What's your name? She asked. I gulped. Michael. The woman smiled. Nice to meet you, Michael. Then she seemed to peer closer at me. She glanced at my face. Wait a second, she said. I know you. You see, I have a very distinct face. I have a red birthmark on my neck that is easily identifiable. So, whoever this lady was, she must have recognized me from my birthmark. But I had no idea who she was. I was so confused. All I could say was, You know me? The woman nodded. I need to get you out of here. Can you climb over the fence? I was so shocked by her abruptness. Get out of here? But why? The outside world was full of monsters. Come to think of it, I was surprised she was still alive. No, I don't want to leave, I exclaimed. She cocked her head, uncertain. No, you have to. You have to leave right now. Let me help you. I was still apprehensive, but then she brought out this strange-looking box. It was all shiny and metallic, and it had weird buttons and knobs.
A tablet?
I was so mesmerized. She attached it to the fence and told me to back away. I obeyed, and suddenly sparks flew out of the fence and from the weird metal box. You can climb over now, the woman said. Trust me, it's safe now. I shook my head. How? It was an electric fence. How could she disable it like that? But then I heard a loud shout behind me, and suddenly the headmaster was bolting out of the tree line.
Hey, y'all remember that meme of that police officer running? I forgot what the movie was called, but y'all seen I'm gonna look it up real quick. I can spell police right. Yeah, that one, bro. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm gonna switch the screen real quick. Yeah, let me switch the screen. Ah, great. I thought I was gonna switch. Yeah, I like the way I'm just wearing this cap. Uh, this one, bro. That's what I'm thinking when I see this. Just chasing him down, like that, bro. That's what I think.
He was sprinting towards me, shouting at me to get back. The woman yelled at me to hurry, to climb over, but I was so torn. Who should I trust? The headmaster who had cared for me for my whole life? Or this strange yet kind woman? I took one look at the headmaster's fuming face, and I made my decision.
Jump in.
I rushed to the fence, climbing over. I just managed to slip past the headmaster's fingertips. I landed on the other side, and the woman took my hand, and we bolted. The headmaster was screaming, shaking the fence, trying to climb over, but he wasn't exactly an athletic old man. Before long, we had sprinted far enough to escape his scream.
I don't know where you've been sold, but I'd be insane not to play my role. Yeah, I know I can break.
Then, suddenly, the woman led me to this huge metal monster. I yelped, shrinking back. Then, the monster ate the woman. She entered its insides. And suddenly, a loud roar seemed to sound from the metal.
Welcome to the life of cars. Vroom vroom. I don't know what else to put behind in there, bro. Control. I don't know, bro. Just
monster. Okay, now I realize it wasn't a metal monster. It was a car. But in all my 18 years, I had never even seen or heard of a car.
Wasn't it just a robot, that thing?
That isolated. The woman opened the door of the car and told me to get in. I peered back at the direction of the headmaster, then at this metal monster. Well, I knew which one I preferred. I jumped right into the belly of the beast, and then the woman pounded.
It's the backseat. It's the seat of the car. I don't know what side
on the pedal, and we were off. As we drove back, trees and bushes melted away into strange-looking buildings and bright signs, which I now realize were traffic lights. I gasped, looking out the window of the car. I couldn't believe my eyes. This was an entire world I knew nothing about. Motorbikes rushed by, but I thought they were some sort of gigantic animal, and I cried out in fear. Then we reached a road with tarmac, and I couldn't believe how smooth the ground was. More and more buildings came into view with all sorts of objects that were completely alien to me. Michael, I have to tell you something, the woman called over. Yes, I whispered. Your real name isn't Michael. It's Sam. And you don't.
What? This month, his real name is Sam. The same name as your boy. As Sam. What? That's the most shocking thing I heard from this vid. Not the whole. I didn't know the females consisted to so I was 18. Not all that. Not the headman. It's the believing. Not the world outside that fence is all monsters. There's all that stuff. No, that the same dude is Sam.
Don't belong with that man. You have a family. She paused. You were kidnapped.
Yeah.
I frowned. Kidnapped? Yes, at a very young age.
What age?
You're lucky I recognized
What
you from
age? What age? Birth? Birth?
one of our missing person files.
Oh, yeah.
And you're lucky you have a birthmark. Otherwise, you may have been stuck there forever.
Oh, yeah.
I was too confused and overwhelmed to even process her words. I'm going to take you straight to your family, she said. My family? Yes, they will be so overjoyed. She introduced herself as a policewoman. Her name was Ashley. She told me I had been missing for 18 years and
Okay, so yeah, he was kidnapped at birth.
that the police had been on the lookout for me ever since. My family still believed I was alive and continuously put up posters around town. As it turned out, the headmaster wasn't the righteous man he had made himself out to be. He was a kidnapper and had taken me from my family when I was barely a year old.
Damn. But you still have members. No, okay, you wouldn't have members of birth. Not now.
He had then raised me in isolation from the rest of the world. As Ashley told me all of these things, I could feel my mind split into two. This was crazy, insane. I had a family? I had been kidnapped? How could this be? Ashley eventually told me we were at my family's house. She said she'd go in first and ask them to come meet me. I was too nervous, mostly because of the metal monsters driving past and the bright lights everywhere, but also
Nice.
because of my family. What would they look like? Would they remember me? Would they even like me? And I realized that I didn't even know what a family was.
Huh?
I thought the headmaster had been my family, but obviously that was not the case. Ashley came back out of the house, followed by a group of people. She then introduced me to them, and they were all clearly excited and nervous too, some with tears in their eyes. I had a mother, a father, two
Well,
sisters.
then, now
I-
you know what a female is, huh? Huh?
I never even knew females had existed until then. But suddenly they reached out and embraced me. They told me they had missed me so
I think they look younger than you, mate. I don't know. They look younger.
much. I was
What's
still
they
so
doing?
confused, but I admit it felt good. My family helped me adapt into this whole world I knew nothing about.
Hey, yo, stop leaning on him like that, cuz.
I went into therapy, which was much needed. It was like I had time traveled to the future. I was behind in my education, so even though I was 18 already, I went to school again, and I was shocked by all the girls there.
Damn, you acting like a whole simp right now. You taught some grass. I know you lived in the train. You lived in the underground for a minute, but then I thought tossing gray is what was good.
I couldn't believe, for 18 years of my life, I never even knew they existed. Their hair smelled so nice, and they were
You smelling head, dude? Chill your freaking ass up. This.
all so pretty. I couldn't stop staring at them.
You 18. You 18, bro. If I'm not going on the cab, when you talk about school, he talking about high school, right? Right? Most likely, right? Bruh. You turned into them seniors who be trying to go after the freshmen, cuz. Bro, what in the... Nah. Nah. Bro, stop acting so horny, cuz. Chill, bro. They only like they fit 14, 15, 16. Like they younger than you, cuz. Chill. Chill.
They probably thought I was a creep, but I was just
mean-
mostly shocked.
You 18? And you acting like this. Like, what the... Bro, I know you ain't seen a in your life until then. And like, but damn, but damn, chill.
Shocked by everything that had happened. Then, gradually, I began to get used to it.
Okay, good.
I grew
good.
accustomed to the females, the cars, the lights. But then, everything was thrown off course. I was at home, in my room. It was late at night, and I was
Oh.
fast asleep.
Imagine this.
But then, I heard a loud noise. I opened my eyes and saw the headmaster looking in through the window with his malicious.
Damn, he just pulled up like one of them like scary villains.
Eyes. He had found me. I was terrified and screamed, and the headmaster opened the window to try and get into the room, but my mom burst in just in time. We called the cops, and the headmaster was arrested. To this day, he is still in prison, serving a life sentence for kidnapping over 100 children.
Nah, that's
My life
crazy.
was never the same because of him. My childhood was ruined. I had missed out on so much of the world.
obvious.
But I'm so thankful my real family is here to help me. And I'm happy to tell you that things are getting better, slowly but surely.
Okay, let's get to the next one. How long have I been streaming for? 26 minutes. That is crazy. But the next one. Oh, hey. The fuck is this? Oh, I don't know if I actually reacted to this before. I'm actually going to check. I don't think I did before. I don't really care because I'm about to do it anyways.
Quick Care video visits are available 24/7. Advocate Healthcare.
Wow, you get to watch all your favorite stuff. It's to die for. Streaming was never this easy, you know. This is the way.
Get way more into what you're into when you stream on the Xfinity 10G network.
Can guarantee. Ugh, boys are so complicated.
Huh? I didn't say nothing about the other one because I'm gonna let my female viewers talk about that intro, the first one. But what you say?
I know a lot of people have.
Why you stepping on him like that, cuz? And laughing about it too. Actually, I should probably lock you up for that, bro. I should put you in the trial real quick with the boys. Straight
Strange
out real
relationships
mad.
with the opposite gender, but I can guarantee you that my tale really takes the cake. Do you think you have problems
What is
talking with
this?
boys? Imagine how confused I got the first time I ever saw one. I was head over heels and a complete idiot. That's right, I didn't see a boy until I was 17.
I know this cap. I know that's cap. You know, the reason why I've been wearing this cap the entire stream, cause y'all remember the song by Dreamville, aka J. Cole. I think Dreamville featuring J. Cole and the Baby. Here's the line about him in college, and then like he said something about like back in the day, like girl who's in his college used to come to the store, he wouldn't let him in, and I think like the beat switched, not the beat switch, but like the flow kind of switched, and he said, "You know that was Cap," and then like in the music video, he had a cap on, and he put his hands on the cap. That's why I'm wearing the cap because doing that, and also that's Cap, cuz.
I didn't even know there were other genders besides females. I'm really not kidding. You're probably wondering how that was possible. Well, that's kind of a long story,
Hey, chill the fuck out.
but I promise it's worth the wait.
No, it ain't, mate. It ain't.
Before I go into any of that, don't forget to like this video.
Hey, y'all don't forget about them. Forget about these videos I'm reacting to. Go and like this video. Come on. And also comment. Comment and then subscribe. It's simple. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, mate. It ain't that hard. But I'll turn British real quick.
and subscribe to our channel. If you do it, your
Oh.
crush will send you a message in the next 2 days. I promise. I didn't
Same
grow up with
old
the concept of a crush or romance. Instead, I
obvious.
was raised in a very alternative way. When I was just a baby, I somehow ended up in the middle of nowhere in a big house filled with only women and girls.
Damn, they didn't teach y'all nothing about being a self-sufficient woman, being an independent woman. No, that would be too much.
We did everything together. We referred to ourselves as a commune, but in retrospect, it was more like a cult.
Obvious.
We all wore the same clothes and had our hair done in the same way. We all looked eerily alike. To outsiders, it was like
Oh yeah, y'all want to put the Spider-Man meme, huh? Y'all want to put the Spider-Man meme, huh?
we were all sisters. In actuality, the headmistress decided what we would look like and gave us little makeovers to be her walking clones. Some girls were lucky enough to have naturally blonde hair, but I was forced to bleach my hair at a very young age. She took us having the same image very seriously. It went well beyond matching dresses and hair colors. This one time when I was around 8, this girl around my age went off into the woods without telling anyone. That kind of thing was explicitly against the rules. She ended up playing around the forest and got her head stuck in a broken maple tree. By the time some of the older members were able to find her, her hair was completely covered on the stuff from the tree. After maybe an hour of trying to wash it out, the headmistress came out with a knife and cut it all sloppily off. It looked so bad, but that wasn't the worst part. Next, she ordered us to line up, and one by one, and she started giving everyone the same sloppy haircut. I loved my hair, and when she came to me, I cried as loud as I could. It wasn't my fault. Why was I being punished? There's no I here, the headmistress said as she
Well then, you forgot a letter. But there's also M-E. There's also an M-E in them too.
lopped off my hair, which was already brittle enough from all of the bleaching. She also cut her hair in the end, effectively making us all hideous. That's just what the cult was all about, wiping away our individual identity. I know this sounds like a nightmare, but for years it was just my life. There were lots of shady things I discovered from time to time, but I never addressed them because I found it normal, or I did for a while at least. One day, I decided to go on my own little adventure.
Damn, you can't spell.
I was only about 8. I didn't see any harm in it. I wasn't supposed to walk away from the farm, but I didn't feel like spending another grueling 8 hours tending the crops. I thought I could sneak away for a little bit, so I waited for the headmistress to leave. Next, I told the other girls I had to go to the bathroom, but I actually quickly ducked behind a corner when they weren't looking. The next thing I did was quickly run away from the house. I had never been farther than the farm at this point. I expected to see more of the forest or something, but instead, I just saw a fence. It wasn't a pleasant picket fence, though. It had barbed wire twisted around it everywhere. Next, I heard the headmistress. She sounded like she was on the other side of the fence, but I couldn't see. I tried to lean up for a better look on the other side, but ended up cutting my hand up pretty bad. I immediately shouted out in pain, and before I could see where she came from, the headmistress was right there. She wasn't worried about me getting hurt, though. She was very angry. She didn't bother to help me bandage it up and instead dragged me back to the rest of the girls while I was crying. Next, she pulled me up by my arm and started lecturing all of us. First, about how irresponsible we were that someone could get away so easily, and then about the dangers of leaving the protected grounds. If you thought the haircut was weird, you should brace yourself for what came next. After I got my hand bandaged up, we all had to wear wraps on our hands. It was so weird. The other girls complained that it made the farm work difficult, but the headmistress said that we were all in this together.
Damn. Like, jeez. What is this, bro? Like these were the videos that I started my reaction career doing, like these animation videos. Just to get I'm capping on that one too. I actually started on basketball related videos. Then this stuff for like a couple of videos, but like, bro, what is this stupid stuff, bro? I'm like, I'm not gonna cap. I kind of don't care about this stuff. because I already watched it before, like about a year ago. But I don't think I reacted to it in full. And then the other video I didn't react to it in full, and I probably reacted to it in like 2 times speed too.
Even though I had a feeling there was something off about our lives, I didn't really have anything to compare it to. The only things I ever read were printouts the headmistress made. I had never watched TV or heard music that we hadn't played ourselves. I honestly thought that the world just sort of ended beyond the walls. The headmistress explained how we lived at the center of the world, and beyond the fences, it was full of monsters and the unknown.
Here was something that I thought about with the other one. How come you don't see nothing? Like y'all don't get attacked? Because cause just like humans, animals like to conquer land. Animals like to conquer land. Obviously, animals aren't the same, but the nearby monsters that are nearby y'all, they wouldn't give up a piece of land to no humans. And even if they lost that land, they might come back and they might want to come back and get that land back. Maybe they might want to come back and get that land. Maybe they team up. Why don't y'all like that? Makes no sense. Like,
As an entrepreneur, as a creator, I'm 24/7 on the go all the time. Shopify.
that food.
I know some of the things I used to believe sound so stupid, but
Aye.
try not to judge me. It's all I ever knew. You're probably wondering how we kept
Ew.
ourselves busy in such a small world. Well, it wasn't easy at all. First off, there was a lot of praying. My entire existence focused around this religion that the headmistress made up on her own. Our beliefs focused on the importance of discipline and hard work. Anytime we
Okay.
weren't out on the farm, we were praying. One time we literally spent 4 hours straight just knelt down in silence.
Damn. 4 hours is crazy. 4 hours is crazy. Like, like that is different. Like 4 hours is crazy. Like, like in silence. Like, did she say straight up in silence? Like, I would get like if y'all praying and like y'all praising, but like praying and praising and like y'all praising while y'all playing. But like if y'all can't say nothing, like y'all in silence, then that's just weird. That's just bad. Like, that's just off.
My knees were so bruised. Praying and working were the only things we were permitted to do. I asked the headmistress what we were praying so hard for because my knees were really starting to hurt. She told me that we were praying for the only two important things in life: the safety of our fellow sisters and creating babies.
Oh, how does that happen? Yeah, how does that happen? Huh? 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 How's that happen? How's that happen? More kidnapping? Cause y'all definitely can't have no babies without no male. I only see one adult. I don't think she producing the child on her own.
I know what you're thinking. How do you get babies in a society with only women? You need to promise not to laugh at what I'm about to tell you, because I never got a proper talk about where babies come from. You'll have to wait a little bit, because to understand where we thought babies come from, you need to understand our ideas of the world. See, we were raised on a belief that we came from the farm itself. I truly believe that the entire world fit in this tiny 4-acre plot. You might wonder why we never tried to explore beyond the walls. Well, we were raised on horror stories. One day, we didn't have enough vegetables growing on the farm. The headmistress made us cut our portions in half. I was
Damn.
so hungry.
Yeah. Y'all couldn't plant no more. Y'all had a little dry spell. Damn. Y'all ain't surviving the winter. I'm surprised y'all survived the winter. Cause y'all going strictly off of crops. Y'all strictly off of crops. Y'all better be making sure them crops are producing and y'all saving them crops for the winter. Y'all better do a lot of saving. Y'all better do a lot of budgeting on them crops.
I asked her if I could go try to find some food beyond the wall, or maybe even set up a new farm where maybe the ground was more fertile. She warned me that if I went beyond the walls, I would be gobbled up by massive monsters. She told us about big monsters made of metal and flashing lights that would swallow us whole.
Like a car. Like a car. Bruh. Like, this stuff is, like, I know this is cap. Like, this is definitely cap. But I'm having so much fun just making fun of this stuff. Like all the stupid, crazy ideas.
Just for fun. A part of me wanted to be skeptical of this, but people did disappear from time to time. I didn't really understand until I was a little older.
They would say, sayonara, I'm escaping this. Jump off the fence and start running. At least they don't know when a man pulls up. Bro, they just said, I'm out of here. Peace. They just said, goodbye.
Maybe around 11. We had a roll call every morning after our sunrise prayers. One day, Sarah, the girl who always stood next to me, wasn't there. I assumed she was sick, but I didn't see her at all. During lunch, the headmistress came to announce that during the night, a magical force had drawn her away and she was eaten by monsters.
She just escaped and gone. She dipped. She said, I'm out here out there. Hey. She put James on. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to be a part of the organization with whatever the name the headmistress is. I want to be a part of no organization that the headmistress is with. I'm out.
I was so scared. She warned us all never to go outside of
The headmistress is a liar, and I will never be part of an organization that she is a part of.
fence, no matter what we saw. Now, I thought this was all crazy until I saw one of those monsters with my own eyes. It was a giant, flying, buzzing monster. Next,
Oh, that's just a nice old airplane just flying through. That was probably the airplane. Airplane that. Wait, never mind. This was made before I even went on the trip. Never mind. That's a nice old airplane going to the nearby airport, dropping off some people, picking up some people, doing what airplanes do, transportation in the air.
all ran inside and called for help. The headmistress ordered us to pray for our safety. We knelt together for about 8 hours in prayer. And
y'all have knees worse than Derrick Rose. Yeah, y'all have worse knees than Clippers Sean Livingston. Y'all better have to make sure y'all kneecaps and y'all knee bones ain't broken. Jeez. Y'all better have worse knees than Brandon Roy, bro. Y'all better have worse knees than Greg Oden. Jeez.
we're so relieved when our headmistress let us know our prayers were heard. No one was to be eaten today. Some of you probably already figured out what we wasted our time praying away. And
at Take 5, you stay in your car because we're faster than you think.
Oil change is done. That was so fast I didn't even have time to finish knitting these sweaters. Oh well.
Cheese!
Take 5.
an airplane. It might seem silly to you, but at that moment, I never felt stronger. This was the proof I needed to completely dedicate myself to our way of life. I stopped questioning what we did and became a model member of our community. That night, we held a little funeral service for Sarah, and I led the prayer. Like all the other times before, we didn't have a body to bury. Instead,
because they dipped. Because they left. They left y'all in the dust. Like James Harden did to the Rockets. Or how KD did hit to OKC, bro.
Buried a pair of her shoes into the ground in hopes it could help nurture the earth and make new babies. We were told that we were all grown from seeds deep inside the ground. This is why we had to work so.
Huh? What size them seeds? Like this size? Like these size seeds? That's what y'all talking about? That doesn't even make sense. Y'all be connected to the ground. Like y'all wouldn't be able to move. Y'all be connected to the ground. Y'all won't be able to move. Y'all won't have any form of movement, most likely. Like, bruh. Huh?
Hard on the farm. If we slacked off on the farm work just one day, we would risk losing all the new babies that were supposed to bloom that season. And this brings us to the biggest lie of them all. Now I'll explain how we got the babies exactly. It's pretty hard to get babies without any men around, of course. Well, the
Obviously.
headmistress did
No,
the
it's basically
unthinkable
impossible.
and lied to us all about it. I will never forget the first time I was really aware of what was happening. The headmistress said that she had to go on an important mission to the outside. She was accompanied by 4 other senior members. I asked her where she was going, and she said she was going to collect the baby seeds. When she came back, she would put them in the secret basement, and if we worked hard enough all season, then we would have new babies. Getting
What the? What the? Did I just hear? So she basically kidnaps, puts them in the basement, and keeps them there. And if they don't work hard enough, they stay down there. What the is this? Like, yo.
new babies was the best time of the whole year. I'm not kidding. I really thought you grew babies out of the ground like a carrot.
You can't. What the? What does a carrot and a human have in common? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. What can a carrot? What can a human do that a carrot cannot do? Move. Humans can move. Carrots can't. They gotta be carried. They gotta be moved by themselves. They can't move by themselves. Humans can. We got legs. We got arms. Carrots don't have arms. Carrots don't have legs.
I love babies. It was a rite of passage for the older girls in the
Yeah, just like any sort of woman would. Hopefully. I seen. Definitely. Women are more prone, especially as they get older, to care for like younger, not younger siblings. Okay, younger family relatives, and be more what is it called? More softer, I guess. Like with us, we'll care for them, but like for us around our age, especially if we hang out with the guys, like we would be like cool and stuff, but we're not gonna. It's more or less me. I would not baby talk. No, I'm not baby talking my kids. I'm not doing that. That stuff is stupid. I hate that stuff when I did it. I hate it when I had it happen to me. So if I hate when that happened to me, I'm definitely not doing it to my kids, and I'm definitely not having my kids go through that.
commune to get a baby of their own to name. We would then raise the baby together. When I was turning 15 and finally coming of age, I tried to learn everything there was to know about babies. And when I felt I was ready, I asked if
Probably all Hopefully, most likely it's gonna be all fake. Imagine she messes up and actually then steals a boy. Oh my god, that would be crazy.
if she could help me grow my baby. The mistress thought about this for a moment. Then she told me I have to work harder and I have to prove my
Damn.
loyalty to the commune. Having a baby is the highest honor of the whole commune. The following years, as I went up in rank, I got more privileges to explore the property. The day of my 17th birthday, the headmistress asked to meet with me. See, since we held work at such a high honor, our birthdays were celebrated by getting a new job. For the most part, this meant switching our duties on the farm and rotating out of your old job. I had kind of expected to be
Damn, how can I not pause this? Y'all birthdays are celebrated by, oh, y'all about to get a new job. You just turned 16. Oh, great. You getting another job. You getting a different job for the year. Yeah, no birthday party, no none of that stuff, no cake, no presents, none of that stuff. Go get to working the go start cropping something. Go start planting something. Bro, what is this? Like this
switched from pumpkins to apples, but I was shocked to hear she had a much bigger job in mind. She enlisted me as a watchguard for the perimeter. I was
You not no dog? Bruh. Got you doing the watch duties. Got you becoming a security. You ain't doing nothing in no monsters. I ain't gonna lie. The monsters they be talking about 28 feet tall, 38,000 pounds. 38,000 pounds could probably bench press. Here's a big boy. Could probably bench press his two big boys if he needed to. If he really wanted to for a set of 10, he's bench pressing two big boys, 40-14 and 44. And then 44-05 is getting bench press with him, bro. like you ain't doing nothing.
was told it was a very important and dangerous job given to only the most trusted officials. After this, she would make sure to grow me a baby. It was my sole job to walk around the perimeter the whole day and make sure no one was coming in or getting out. She entrusted me with the sole piece of technology I thought we carried on the estate, a walkie-talkie. As someone who never really ventured near the fence, I didn't think it would be such an active job.
But your stuff I would be surprised. Okay, never mind. They stuff. I'm not gonna lie. They might get the walkie-talkie system. Might get if a police car pulls by. Yada.
You would actually be surprised by how life-changing this promotion was. One day, when I was making my rounds, I experienced the most traumatic thing in my life. I heard the sound of branches breaking on
My boy Lonzo getting out the chair. He getting out the chair. He returning next season, bro. Lonzo return next season, bro. Lonzo's about to turn next season. He about all-star. Okay, that's really capping. I'm capping right now, but Lonzo's gonna return. He's gonna return, boy. That knee looking good. hey, Lonzo's back. Lonzo's back, bro. Lonzo's back. I don't care. He's back. He's walking.
The other side of the fence. I immediately called the headmistress. She told me to go back to my room and she would take care of it.
Damn, back to the room? She could have just told you to back up a little bit. Go back in the forest a little bit. Or at least go back to the farm. Not damn. She basically just told you go back to the damn room when you failed the job.
My curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to blow out my candle, shut off my walkie-talkie, and duck behind a bush
She could have told you to stay over there until I get over there.
to watch. Sure enough, a few minutes later, the headmistress showed up. She was holding some contraptions I had never seen before. I have since learned the names of these two objects. The first was a flashlight. It lit everything up so much better than the lantern. I could see everything. I could now see that the sound of the branches breaking was Missy, one of the teen members of the community. At first, I felt some relief that there weren't any dangerous intruders or evil monsters.
This is a giant eyesore.
All you have to do is point.
It didn't take long for those pleasant feelings to leave me. Right after Missy started apologizing for leaving, the headmistress pulled out the second contraption. What I know now was a gun.
She pulled out the Glock. Oh no, bro. She pulled out a gun on a teenager. Hey, bro. Nah. She about. Oh, bro. Is she about actually? She about to actually like shoot this girl, bro. If she shoots and actually hurts that, is she actually like, bro? What the? Nah. She pulled out. Look. She pulled out the pistol, bro. Nah, bro.
Missy immediately started running again, and the headmistress chased her until I couldn't see them anymore. Next, I heard a big bang. I didn't know.
Oh no! She started chasing her with the, bro. She started chasing her like, I'm out get, and then she shot him. She shot her. She shot at her. She actually shot at her for real. Yo, nah, bro. What the, bro? She shot at her, bro.
What a gun did, so I just assumed a giant tree fell on them. I rushed to go and help them both, but I didn't see any broken trees in sight. I ran right into the headmistress. I asked her what had happened and where Missy was. She asked what I saw, and I told her the truth, or at least part of it. I just said that I heard Missy cry out, and then I heard a large crash. I was crying so hard, but the headmistress told me a monster had kidnapped her and it was too late. She tried to fight the monsters off, but in the end, it was just too late. The next thing she did was rush me back inside before I was going to be stolen too. She made me promise that I would never go into the forest and that
Please don't tell. Okay, is it A? She jumped the fence, which I probably would think she did, and she got shot at. Or B, she shot her and murdered her. She murdered her. What the bro?
I would never tell anyone what I saw. Part of my job was the illusion that we were safer than we were. Something didn't add up for me. I was curious to know what deviant force had convinced Missy to cross over the fence. Little did I know I was about to fall for myself. I was just going about my regular rounds when I heard a loud rumbling sound. There, approaching the fence was one of the monsters that micked about this trap side. I couldn't see what they looked like, but they possible if all the people in the world were within these walls.
A person driving the car.
I called the headmistress using the walkie-talkie and told her what I had seen. A monster holding some poor girl hostage. The headmistress told me to immediately go home, but I wasn't about to let someone else fall victim to a monster. I shouted at the person to hold on. I was going to rescue them. That's when the person came out from the monster. They were not like any girl I'd ever seen. They were super tall with broad shoulders and hair all over their face. They spoke with a super deep voice that made my stomach drop. Hey, they said. What's all the commotion about? Are you okay? My mouth went dry and I couldn't get any words to come out at all. What was coming over me? It felt like I had butterflies in my stomach, and I couldn't.
Oh, damn, she just fell in love. Damn, she fell in love. That's crazy.
Think of what to say. Oh, wow, you're actually kind of cute. I didn't know what to say, but my face got so red and hot. I was uncomfortable, but in a good way.
Damn, that man, he got 20 times Riz, bro. He got that Duke. Duke Dance got some competition, bro. He got that Riz, bro. Like, bro, he got that Riz for real. Like, bro.
What was this feeling? Next, the headmistress showed up. She ordered me to get away from that boy at once.
Huh?
Boy?
Damn, she's just exposed herself.
I hadn't even heard that term. The boy suddenly got very defensive. He yelled at the headmistress, asking if she was crazy. He asked what she was doing, having some teenager locked in around barbed wire. He looked back at me and told me to come with him, and he'd get me out of here if I wanted. She does not want that, the headmistress yelled.
What was the term that I used? Who's the last time? Wait, no, that what was the term I used? Never mind. She basically just blocking.
I was already halfway on the fence, ignoring the barbed wires and all. It was like I had no
Like she was halfway in, halfway out type of stuff.
control over my body, and some kind of primal instincts were kicking in. If you
the instincts of the human.
cross that line, Missy, you'll never be allowed back here ever again. Mark my words. My body had already made up my mind, though. I don't think anything in the world could have stopped this urge to follow this boy. The headmistress stormed off. He helped me up and opened up the monster for me. I was nervous to get in. I bowed down and thanked the monster for safe passage. What? You've never seen a car before? The boy laughed. He explained that it wasn't a monster at all. On the commune, I felt like I knew the entire world.
But you really don't know nothing. Also, yeah.
And now I suddenly knew nothing about anything. As we were driving along the city, I saw so many things. I asked to stop at everything. I had never seen street lamps or puppies or even a lake. Everything was so scary and new. Carlos, as the boy was called, patiently drove
The average Mexican man. Bro, that's just crazy.
me around explaining everything. I was surprised when we finally found something I could explain to him. Nailed right on one of those trees was a picture of my sister with the words missing printed on it. I shouted at him to stop the car and we hopped out. Next, he asked me what was going on, and I explained that this was the picture of one of the sisters that just joined the commune last month. He said that we needed to report this to the police. The child had been abducted from her home around that time. Impossible. We went down to the station and they pulled up a bunch of missing children's reports. It turns out all of the children that had been grown at the farm were actually just stolen. I asked if they could
Yeah, she just got kidnapped on.
find where I had been from, but unfortunately, the records didn't go that far back. I led the police back to the commune, where they arrested the headmistress, along with some of the senior members, and took custody of all of the minors there, all 50 of them.
Damn.
The minors were to be returned to their homes or put up for adoption. As I would be counted as a legal adult starting the next month, Carlos said I could just live with him. He was going to teach me what love was.
This man he got Riz on her. He got Riz. But what about school?
Entire life was a lie. Carlos helped me get started in the real world. He introduced me to lots of amazing things: ice cream, grocery stores, and all new sorts of clothes that didn't have to match anyone's. Carlos told me it was cute, but I knew I was hard sometimes. The moment I walked into his apartment, it was like I had stepped into some futuristic alternate reality. I screamed the second I saw a baby trapped inside a box. I punched the box and broke it to let the baby free.
Damn.
Turns out it was an entertainment device called a TV. And
How you break the TV? Imagine she broke it and went into all pieces. She shattered the glass. She probably shattered the glass.
expensive device that I smashed within minutes of knowing him.
God.
I explained to him how badly I wanted a baby, and if he thought we'd be able to find seeds around here. He laughed.
Yeah. You want a child, huh? What is it? 17, 18? She said she was gonna be a legal adult at in a month. She want a child at what? Wait, at 17? Almost 18?
Right in my face. When he told me where babies actually came from, well, I didn't believe him. Gross!
Oh, it's disgusting when you first hear about it. Well, you get used to it. Definitely.
I asked him if we could adopt one of my younger sisters, and he said no. He wanted to put my cult life behind us, and part of letting go was making new connections.
Okay, that might be a little bit off. I'm not gonna lie. But Rebecca gotta take this call. Yeah, I gotta head out when my ride gets over here. So I'm probably gonna cut this off after this video. Yeah.
And letting go of the
I'll
old
I'll
ones.
stream
In the
after
end, we
after I
ended
get
up
back.
moving far away from that city.
Damn. A little overprotective. Damn.
And far away from any of my sisters. I got used to technology and even got a job at a local daycare.
How you got a job at a daycare with no education? Okay, I'm just kidding.
Was normal. I was almost forgetting everything about my sisters until the day I found out I was pregnant. I was so overjoyed. It was fun sharing it with Carlos, but I wanted to share it with my sisters as well. It was then that I really started to miss them. Carlos was very adamant that I cut them out completely, but I didn't agree so much. Secretly, I made a Facebook account where I tried to get into contact with them. I talked to a few of my sisters about what they were doing. Most of them were still in school for them. The transition wasn't too much as they were still young. I reached out to my closest friend from the commune. We were the same age, both freed when we were about 18. Turns out she was not happy with her new life at all. She hated technology and was too scared of boys. She told me she struggled very hard just to survive and she was incredibly lonely. I wanted to share the news of my pregnancy with her, but that seemed to send her over the edge. A few days later in the mail, I got a letter from her saying she never wanted to see me again.
Damn. She just dipped on you like that, cuz. That ain't your real friend no more. That ain't your best friend no more, cuz. That ain't your close friend no more. damn, you did kind of good by you just flexed that you were about to have a child. You could have at least just brought like invite her or try to get her over there. Have her someone to talk with, have someone to live with. Like damn, she
I showed the note to Carlos, and he said that it was my fault for purposely getting involved with those people.
damn. Damn, no, yeah, I kind of don't fuck with you anymore, bro. Come on, bro. You kind of in the wrong for that, cuz. You in the wrong for that for getting mad at her, bro. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, chill up, yeah. Like, damn. Like, she trying to get in contact with these people. She trying to get in contact, try to check on them, make sure that they doing all right. Now, damn. You acting like they all girls. She only know who's one guy, and that's you. Like, dude, you acting like, and she's gonna do anything? Anything? The only thing she could do is turn lesbian.
He accused me of purposely looking for drama because I like to play victim. It was then that I saw Carlos was not the knight in shining armor I thought he'd be. I had no support system after that. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, I lost the baby.
God. Now you can't have no child. Now you can't have no children except for adoption. God damn. I told you it wasn't gonna work.
The doctors told me that I wouldn't ever be able to get pregnant. This devastated me. Carlos was very unsympathetic to my depression and bad mood. He was so nice and affectionate when we first got together, but he seemed to get bored of me very quickly. One time I was out shopping and I saw him kissing another girl. I ran right up to him and confronted him, but he told me that it wasn't his fault he wasn't satisfied.
Dude. He basically told you he tired. He don't fuck with you anymore. Damn. I would say getting with the child support, but that child not existing. So I feel bad. Yeah, but I don't feel bad. I feel bad because you ain't gonna have no child. You in a little depression state. But I think there's an adoption center somewhere near y'all. So I think y'all be alright. You at least have some sort of child. Might not be yours, but it's something.
Fight in our relationship? Sorry, I just expected more from us, you know?
Damn.
He wasn't even willing to try to work through it. He put in divorce papers and ended up marrying the other girl.
Damn.
Even worse, they had a baby together. I was so sad and miserable, but I had no support at all. I was so used to having my sisters around me all the time. I didn't know how to handle being alone. I tried finding another boyfriend, but it's just so hard. I don't know the first thing about talking to boys. Plus, it seems no one wants a woman who can't bear a child. I miss.
Yeah, no, a woman that can't bear a child is, well, a woman that it's basically, if you can't have children with a woman, you probably ain't going. If you can't have children, then, well, then you probably gonna have a hard time.
Miss my old home.
Well, you gonna have to find someone with. You gonna have to find a father with children.
And I would give anything to be back in my commune. I know a lot of people may not have wanted to live in a cult.
Going to that extent is kind of just lazy. Like going back to what you were used to and what you thought was right. But damn, but damn.
But it was so much better than my life now. What's worse, not being able to have a child robbed me of the biggest honor I thought I could have.
Adoption. You can adopt one. You can adopt one. You can adopt one. You can adopt a child. There's children that need adopting. You got adoption center, right? Right? You got someone who's an adoption center. Make some money. So you can adopt a child and take care of it. Like, come on. It's not all gloom. You got some sort of chance. You can adopt a child.
I am alone with no one to love me. I can't help but wonder what if the headmaster was right, and the only thing that was waiting outside the fence was hell.
I know damn well that's cap. But yeah, that is cap. I'm not gonna lie. So gonna cap it off over here. Definitely messed up my hair. But yeah. Hope you guys like this video. I think I'm gonna do a part two to this when I come back to the house. Cause there's I think like two more views. Yeah, there's like two more videos after this. Yeah. I'll do a part. There was actually two more videos. One about somebody not knowing that humans existed, and another one about who I didn't know that males existed. Yeah, I'll do that probably like when I get back to the house. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, comment down below what your favorite part was, as always. Also, also, follow social media links down in the description. Instagram, Twitter. I'll be doing live streams on IG too, so y'all better check that out because I'm not gonna lie, them live streams be kind of fun, especially when I just like randomly would just find something on like my YouTube who's just to react to like on the TV. I'm just like, bro, what is this? Okay, I'm gonna make a reaction video on IG. I'm gonna stream on IG. I'm gonna get some content. Also, I might be doing them stream too, who on IG. So y'all want to see me struggle to get some homework done? Well, y'all will have to check it out on my Instagram. Also, any content ideas, y'all can tell me on IG. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I already said anything about social medias, Twitter, Snap, go and check that out too. Discord, all that stuff in the description. As always, I'll see y'all in the next live stream. Peace out, bye. I am out. Peace.